Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Groove podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back with another film review. Today, we are going to take a look at Superman. This is a 2025 film. It came out in the theaters first, right?
Yeah. It's been in theaters all summer, like July. I think the second week in July, I think it came out.
Okay. We're not going to do an IMDb, but IMDb did give it a 7.1. That's kind of
It's
high,
too
isn't
high.
it? It's kind of
That
high,
is
dude, for real.
high.
So, I mean,
That is high.
I was just, like scrolling HBO Max, and I was like, "Oh, Superman." Okay. I mean,
Mhm.
I didn't know it was in the theaters. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that at all. But so yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I contacted you. I was like, "Yo, you want to take a look at it?" She was like, "Yes." So here we are. We're gonna talk about Superman. Okay, so
Yeah.
we were talking offline, and you had some background on like this Superman and the last Superman. What's up with that?
Okay, so this Superman is the replacement for the Zack Snyder, Henry Cavill Superman.
Mhm.
So this is like we're starting over. F all your stuff, all your movies, everything that you guys did. F all that. We're starting over from scratch, and we're gonna give you the Christopher Reeves level comedy and bright colors Superman, and it's gonna be hopeful and it's gonna be engaging, and everyone's gonna love it, and then it made less money than the Man of Steel Superman. And so this is the big debate online. It's been going on since July. Because a lot of people don't realize this because I'm perpetually online, right? I'm online when I'm DJing. I'm online all the time. Uh, these guys have been making every week. It was a new proclamation. This is the biggest Superman opening ever. This is the biggest second week Superman ever. This is the biggest third week Superman for the whole summer.
Damn.
This has been going on, right? And
Mhm.
so I was doing the math and I'm like, oh, this is not going to make it. Because, like, if this Superman is the replacement for Henry Cavill Superman, well, you got to make more money than Henry Cavill Superman,
So
right?
that's the Man of Steel that made over $1 billion.
Yeah. No, Man of Steel made $670 million,
Oh, wait
and
a
then
minute. Oh,
yeah.
really?
So Batman v Superman made $880 million, something like that. But Man of
Okay.
Steel made 670.
Huh.
So you got to think about. So there's two things going on here. We got inflation, and then the actual money that came out at the time, because it's like 13 years ago. So with inflation, whatever, Man of Steel makes like maybe $900 million with inflation,
Mhm.
but like the actual I guess the ticket sales was 670. I know for a fact it was 670.
Okay.
So this movie made 620.
Mhm.
So not quite, not
Well,
quite
well,
670.
they're really saying that the movie made about 337 million, but they think at its full run it will make 585.
Runs over.
Okay,
It
so
runs
that's
over.
it.
It's done.
Okay.
That's it. That's all it's gonna
So
make.
the
The
other
problem
thing,
was for this
what's up?
movie was
What?
it did great in North America
Mhm.
and did trash around the
Internationally,
world.
yeah.
Everybody
Mhm.
was like, "Oh hell no, I don't want to see this garbage."
Mhm.
That's what happened. So that's why they didn't get the numbers it was supposed to get. It
I
was like
think
it fell short because of that.
I think I may understand why it did well in North America because this was a very Gen Z friendly movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it had the colors and the vibes, and I think
Yeah.
the jokes.
The
I don't.
goofiness,
It didn't. The goofiness irritates me because
Mhm.
I'm a grown up man. Like I'm an adult.
Right.
So watching the goofy child stuff is like I don't think it's funny,
Mm-mm.
and it kind of irritates me. So like watching it for this movie, I was like, ugh, I don't know. It
Yeah.
was tough sledding for me. I
And
stopped the movie a bunch of times, and I eventually
oh
got
my
through it. But
goodness,
like
dude.
it was tough sledding for me.
Okay. So it's a weird
I like mature movies, man. Like I'm adult. I'm a grown
you
up.
know, and
So
the
I
other
got
thing again, I think is it was Gen Z friendly. They had like the other thing, when you look at these
what's the
movies,
generation under Gen Z? I think that's what it was for, like the
Alpha,
12 year
that's
olds.
Alpha. Damn,
Alpha,
really?
12
You
year
think it
olds.
was for
That's what the
Alpha?
movie's for. Yeah. These movies are
Wow.
12 year olds. Like
Okay,
this, look,
so
they had scanty glad dress girls in there,
that was the other thing I
right?
was about to say. I was
All
about
right.
to
So you
say
had
that,
that,
right?
and then you had these goofy jokes about the silly jokes, and then you had the dog. So it's like little stuff like peppered in there, but it
Yeah.
wasn't like it wasn't thought provoking where you're looking at this like, oh man, this is a really interesting thing. And the other thing I had that bothered it annoyed me to hell. I've seen every Superman movie, all right. Even though I'm not a large Superman fan. I'm more of a Batman fan. I'll
Mhm.
give you that. But I'm a DC fan. I've seen every Superman movie. This movie recreates scenes from all of the Superman movies.
Wow, really?
There's a recreate of something from somewhere, and they're not done better or more interesting or done in a different way. It's just a copy for copy recreation of scenes from different Superman movies,
Yeah.
and they suck. Right?
You,
I was like,
there were parts of this movie where I was like, oh, they're in a warehouse. Like, oh, that's a drone shot, or that's a picture. You know what I'm saying? Like a AI, generated photo.
yeah,
The
yeah,
other thing is like when you talk about like if this was like for Gen Z or
mhm.
even the Alpha generation.
It's for
Like you
kids.
said, I wanted to point that out that, when you really look at these sort of films that
Mhm,
really try hard to get the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha, right? Because Star Trek
mhm.
Strange New Worlds this last season, it was all throughout. And what did you just say? Like girls that are scantily dressed, or whatever.
Yeah,
So
they try
that's
to
one
get
of,
boys in there.
yeah, so that's one of the things that they did in this movie. They try to, they some of the outfits, some of like the really tight bodysuit outfits they had on the women, they were too
Yeah, you
big.
seen it, right?
They were
I was
too
like, yo,
big. They were
they had this girl running it down the hallway. I'm like, I just seeing stuff go like, I'm
right,
like, what is
exactly.
this?
I'm like they and I'm just like, so I was like looking at it, and I was like, well, how much did this joint cost, right? And I was like, dude, it cost $225 million. Why?
No, no, it's more than
Because you
that.
had all of
It's
these
way more than
goofy
that.
cameos. You had all of
It
these
cost
goofy
way more
cameos.
than that.
It
It cost
did?
this thing was three something, 350, three
Oh,
sixty.
really?
Yeah, it cost way more. This whole movie's got controversy from the beginning
It cost
because
300 million?
yeah, there had so this is the funny part. So there was somebody pulled up a permit whatever for the movie. And it had they listed the budget in there. And it said
Mhm.
300. I was like, "Oh."
Wow,
So you really got to make a lot of money to make your budget back. You didn't
dude.
make your budget back. And then the Warner Brothers was like, "F it, throw it on HBO Max. F it, it's done. We don't give up."
Yeah.
That's what happened
And then
because it wasn't gonna get there.
so we were also talking like, so the first 20 minutes of the film, we always talk about the first 10. Wasn't being
Yeah,
the
yeah.
first 10 was not there.
Get
So I
you
was like, let me
excited.
try the first 20 or the first 30. 20 minutes,
Mhm.
they're having a conversation in the apartment. She's interviewing him
I
or
have to
whatever.
argue it.
And the other
And then
thing is,
everybody who's married who has a girlfriend just watching it like,
yeah.
oh.
And the other thing is, in the Man of Steel were Clark Kent and the reporter dating.
Mhm.
They were
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, they're dating.
So
Yeah, yeah,
that's
they're
that's
dating.
okay.
You
So
have to. You gotta do Lois Lane and Clark Kent. You gotta do that. You have to do.
yeah,
You
but they,
can't
they
get around that.
but they were not dating in the cartoons, the animated joints when we were
Yeah,
growing
they
up.
were. Yeah, they're dating in there. You have to put them together, man. That's the
Okay,
thing.
so
It's like
then
Mary Jane Watson and Spider Man. You got to put them together. They have to be.
okay, so so all right, so I'm just like, okay, so we have that the relationship and everything else. And
Mhm.
then so I was like, okay, once that whole conversation was done, I was like, okay, I have an
Our
hour
conversation was
and
rough.
I said I have an
Yeah.
hour and 40 minutes left. This movie is going to suck so bad. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, I thought that was the worst of it. It's getting worse.
Mm.
Now you have you know how we talk about annoying kids?
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah.
had an annoying dog in this joint, Joe. Think about that. We
I've
had a
never wanted to kick a
dog that was
dog
completely
before.
annoying, huh?
Well, I never wanted to kick a dog. Why would you have your dog beating up your superhero for? That's embarrassing. He's jumping all over. He's throwing him around like a rag doll. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is not entertaining. That's not funny.
And
Embarrassing.
the other thing is this, right? And I don't understand filmmakers, right? When
Mhm,
you have a villain that is just so widely hated, right?
mhm.
It's just like okay, you had the engineer, and then you had the Superman clone and everything else, and it's just like, and then you had Lex, and it's like, I mean, we know, dude, we know what's gonna happen. I'm like, that is such a layup to create a villain who is
Mhm.
hated, right? Um,
Yeah.
it's just like, I mean, this they when they split the earth or whatever it was, people started dying. And he's like,
I have a point of contention about that. Okay.
what?
How did you move 3-4 million people out of Metropolis in 5 minutes? How'd you do this?
He didn't.
I'm confused
That's
because
just
a
it.
lot of
They
people would
didn't.
have died that day,
Yeah,
right? And we're
dude.
talking millions of people would have died that day. I don't care that you saved the building off a bridge and Lady drove out her Camry out of the way. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
Millions of people would have died. And the problem for me is that a lot of stuff that was point of contention for Man of Steel, I'm gonna put it out there. I'm a huge Zack Snyder fan. All right, I
Hmm.
love the Henry Cavill movies. I'm a big fan of that. Right, a point of contention for decades about this movie was the amount of carnage and the amount of death that happened in Metropolis in the Zack Snyder movie. It's a big deal.
That's
It
Zack
went on for
Snyder.
years. I'm saying 10 years.
Hmm.
10 years people complained about this. And I'm like, well, how'd you move people out the city so fast? There would have millions of people would have died. There's no way. You had wall to wall traffic and it's a city. If you can't leave on the subway, you can't get millions of people out on the subway. You can't get people on the bus. How do you get them out of the city where the city is being split apart
Yeah.
like this?
You can't
And
even take
you
the
watch the
train.
buildings fall down. There
Yeah.
had to be old people in wheelchairs getting crushed by
There,
this thing.
the buildings are collapsing. And see, that's the other thing. It's just like the calamity, like the damage, right? It's just like,
Yeah, it's
so,
actual damage.
right. And I'm just like, so when I cannot take movies like this. I cannot take a movie where
Oh,
the
there's
villain
like
is
no
just the
stakes.
the villain is just so hated. The villain is just doing like real cruddy stuff. The villain is greasy. The
Mhm.
villain, I mean, they were about to shoot
But
a kid. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. But I'm
Like,
saying like, look, okay, when we watch this movie, there's no visible stakes. Like
none.
the one guy who gave this guy a sandwich, he gave Superman a sandwich. That's the guy who died. That's it.
That's it.
Out of the whole movie. And then the bad guys died. Okay, great. But like that one guy, that the civilian guy who made Superman a sandwich, he died.
Yeah.
And Superman was like, "Oh, what the hell?" Superman's like, "Oh, that sucks."
Mhm.
Like what?
And then
You
the
watch this guy die, and then this is one point about the stakes. This is what irritates me about this movie.
what?
So Superman watches uh Lex Luthor shoot this guy in the head, and Lex Luthor is like, "My bad," and walks away. Right at the end of the movie, Superman is lecturing like, "Lex Luthor, I'm a real human boy. Like I'm just like you.
Like he got
Like you should be
emotional.
punching
I can
Superman right
cry.
now."
And I have feelings. I cry and I laugh and everything else. I am human.
Oh,
It's just like I'm like, am I watching like a live action version of
Pinocchio,
Invincibles
man.
or
Yeah,
Invincibles or something like that? It's just like, what's
right.
going on? Like,
I'm,
and so you had that, right? And then you had Lex,
mm,
and he was just like, I mean, he just wanted power. See, when you look at a lot of these movies and you
mhm.
have this villain, it's just about like power and money. That's it, right? Now,
Yeah, it's always is it.
if you take a
It's
movie
always
like
money.
if you take that series we've been watching on Amazon, The Citadel, right? The
Mhm.
villains are so much more sophisticated,
Yeah.
you know. And
It's a
then
logical thing
and then
where
the
at
other
least it
thing,
makes sense of what they're doing or why they're complaining about
yeah,
something.
yeah,
Like
exactly, right. And then
Lex is just mad at Superman for
yeah,
existing.
and then
Just that's the case.
I forget the other movie we watched, but it was oh, it was the joint with Gerard Butler in it where he went to like France and everything, right? But
Oh
the
yeah.
mobsters, they had a code. They were like, "Well, this guy is helping us, so why are we going to kill
Mhm.
him?" You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's
yeah.
just like if you're
Yeah,
going to be a
Pantera.
villain,
Yeah.
have a code. Don't just
Mhm.
kill people because you're a villain and you know you can do it and get away with it. Those type of movies are really boring to me. And this movie, this Superman movie, it was so boring. I mean, actually, dude, I sat
Well,
down and watched the whole thing from start to end. It was completely
yeah.
boring.
I don't know. It was sleepy time watch this movie, but like I
Yeah.
didn't feel like there's stakes. Like
Mm-mm.
you get the impression that Superman's not gonna die; he's gonna be fine. You get the impression that they're not gonna do anything to, to Lois Lane. They're not gonna do anything to Mr. Terrific. Like he's fine. This guy's beating up 30 people, no big deal. I'm like that. Not at any point I was thinking in my head like, oh no, are they going to be able to get out of this thing? Or what are they going to do? The whole movie, I'm just like, oh, that's fine. They'll figure it out. It'll be
Mhm.
okay. Like you're watching the, I didn't get the impression that, oh no, this can go south. Like they may not be able to get this done in time. Not at any moment did I think that. Like they tell you in the movie, oh, Lex Luthor has a code that you just press and the thing stops. They tell you that from the beginning. So you're like,
Right.
oh, okay, well, they're just doing this thing that they can reverse at any moment. So it's not that big a deal. Okay, well, what are we worried about there?
Mhm. And
Worried about I'm
then
not worried about time. I'm not worried about the damage that happens to
We got
people.
Mr. Terrible. He can come in and hack the whole
Yeah,
thing. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Mr. Terrific, he'll figure it out. Like, it'll be fine.
Mr.
Like,
Terrific. What's his name? Mr. Terrible or Mr. Terrific?
Mr. Terrific.
Mr. Terrific, right, which is a
Yeah.
stupid name for a superhero. You know what I'm
I it's
saying?
I like him from not in this movie. Well, he was fine in this movie. He's the only person that was fine in this movie. But like, I like him from way back in the day as a
Yeah.
kid. I liked him from back in the day. So like, they did him okay justice for what he
Mhm.
is, because he's like one of the smartest people in the world, right?
Mhm.
And so like, they did him okay. Everybody else, holy crap, man! Hawk Girl's trash. Guy Gardner was garbage.
Hawk Girl
The
was
Green
like her.
Lantern,
Oh
she's
my
just
god,
screaming. She's
dude.
yelling and screaming on.
Oh, okay,
What is this?
so the Justice League is only 3 of them in this big building?
But
What's up? I
and
thought the
and
Justice League had like a
my
bunch of
favorite
goofy
part about
superheroes.
the Justice League is they are sponsored by a supervillain.
What do you mean?
The guy who's sponsoring them, his name's Max. He's a supervillain.
Oh
He's a
my
bad guy.
goodness. See,
Why would you align yourself with the villain?
that's what I'm saying, right? See, listen, I'm comic books. I was never a comic book person, but
That's
as I
fair. It's deeply convoluted, all right? That's
yeah,
all it is. It's convoluted.
as I got older and I had a friend who, she used to read a bunch of books and, just was all into
Mhm.
that stuff. And she used to talk to me about it. And I'm just like, well, it sounds really confusing to me. She was like, why? I'm like,
Mhm.
you have like a million superheroes and they're not on the
Mhm.
same page. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like, I mean, like, but they're all supposed to be good. It's like, dude, I haven't seen like even when okay, so Loki is what? Loki is
Marvel.
Marvel. Okay. So when we were
Yeah.
watching Loki, I was like, see, it's a little bit of slapstick here. I'm just like, is there anything serious about this? There was
No.
absolutely
No.
nothing serious about this Superman movie at all.
There was no stakes. There was 0
None. I
stakes.
mean, the world
And
wasn't going
you
to
know
be
what?
destroyed, nothing like that.
The other thing that pissed me off the most, I would say, things that pissed me off highest. Okay, I'm a Midwest boy. I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, right, which is
Mhm.
down the street from Kansas. Nobody talks like that in
No
Kansas, all
one
right?
would, dude. Come on.
Nobody talks like that in Kansas.
Mm-mm.
I've been to Kansas City a lot of times in my lifetime, right? Nobody talks like that.
No,
What is this?
it's
There's the
crazy,
hillbillies from Alabama that live in Kansas City. What?
dude.
What is this
No,
is insanity. I
listen.
know that thing when he started talking and she was picking up her phone like it was an artifact from the the future. I threw my phone down. I was like, I can't do this right now. I had to take a break. I'm like, this is Kansas.
Now,
What are you doing?
they did say that the movie was a success, but what does that mean? What does
It's
that
not a
mean?
success. It lost money, man. You have to make it had to make like $800 million to break even. It made
Right, and they didn't do
620.
it. That's what I was thinking because you said that before. I was like, well, if this joint doesn't make 2 times as much as it made, then
It
it's not a
has to.
success.
You don't get all the way they're presenting it is you get all of the budget from the theaters, and the theaters don't make any money. Like, no, that's not how that
Mhm.
works. Theater and in North America, you get roughly 40%, 50 to 40%, right? But around the world, you get 20%. So if this joint's not doing real numbers, you're in
Yeah, forget
trouble right
about it.
now.
The only cool thing about this movie, 2
Mhm.
cool things, but I'll tell you the last cool thing in the end. But the
Okay.
only cool thing about this movie was that sort of portal they were using to like, just it was like a dimensional jump or something like that. That was kind of cool.
Yeah. No,
That was
that's the
cool.
thing in DC. It's a thing. They
Yeah.
get support those a lot. But
So that
like
was kind of cool. But other than that, man, I mean, this this was
I I
it's
laughed when I saw the jail because there is just a glass box. So
oh,
everybody is sitting in this glass box. There's no bathrooms. No one gets any food. They're just
dude.
in the glass box, like in a pocket dimension. What?
Right. So
It's not practical. It don't make any sense.
yes, that's what it was called, a pocket dimension. And yeah, so I'm like, the gel, I'm like, so wait a minute. So this guy, again, a villain with no code, you just grabbed these
Mhm.
people up, even took your new girlfriend and put her in there, right? And it's like, and his girlfriend was just like, where did they find her? Like in like Goofy Studios USA or something like that. I don't know,
Bro,
right?
bro.
But you're right. They were
FTP
like
hosted her,
the
right?
gel was just he put you in a glass cube, and I'm just like, okay, how do you eat? How do you take a bath? A shower,
Who's
whatever.
looking
You
after these
know,
people?
is this yeah? And I'm just like,
And then he has people in there for the
yeah,
pettiest reasons.
right.
Oh, my girlfriend was talking to somebody on Instagram, so she goes to jail too. Like, what are we doing here? What
See,
is
that's what I'm
this?
talking about. And then they threw a little bit of politics in there too. They were like, oh, and I'm paraphrasing, but they were like, oh, this is gonna get like all the liberals up in a huff or whatever. And I'm just like, you see, that's what I'm saying. It's just like you got first of all, let's not bring politics in it. One, two,
Mhm.
let's create something compelling, and three, who is
Semi
this
interesting.
for? Who is this movie
Lex
for?
Lex Luthor was a cutout copy of like a silly villain from a TV show, like from
That's it.
1960 something,
Yep,
1940s.
that's
You
it.
know, like with the mustache just twirling, like, why are you
Yeah,
doing this? Cause I'm evil. Ha 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 ha. Like
right,
that's what
exactly.
Lex Luthor was.
He wasn't even a
I
good villain.
no, he was a dumb villain. Let me okay. I have questions for you.
What's up?
Superman has super speed and he's super strong, right?
Mm-hmm.
How is Lex Luthor giving commands to 30 people behind a computer screen so they can punch A6 on the keyboard?
Dude,
What are we doing here?
dude,
That's the stupidest thing.
that was,
In a
yeah.
Superman, forget
Mm-mm.
comic book movie. That's one of the dumbest ideas I've ever seen in my life. That a villain would have to wait. So your super villain guy that's beating up Superman has to wait for you to press A6 on the keyboard before he can do anything. He's just standing there. So Superman's not faster than that. That you get faster than you can type. Like
That that was
absurd.
that was all based
Absurd.
on PC video gameplay. And
Yes.
I was like, wow, they went there? Really?
It's
A6,
idiotic.
like B4,
He's playing
just like,
Battleship.
yeah,
He's
exactly.
playing Battleship
This
with a super villain that's a clone. Why wouldn't you? Okay, like what? Basically, you just tell him if you just said, "Here, this is Superman's face, punch him." I'd been okay with that. I'd
right.
been fine. All right, cool. Collateral damage, whatever he does, that's fine. So be it. And then he snaps out of it. Whatever. Like that's fine. The fact that you have to go type A16 on a keyboard is absurd. That is
And
one of the stupidest ideas I've ever seen as far as a comic book thing.
and
That's
the
dumb
and then the
and
technicians,
impractical.
yeah, the technicians, they're like they're playing a video game. They think they're playing a video game. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's like that goofy,
but here's
right?
the
So
part. There's so many parts of it that's dumb. The idea that there's 20 computers and this guy over here has punching and this person over here has leg kicks and this guy has flying and they're all like a different computer. If it was on one computer, I'd be like, yeah,
h-
maybe
how
there are
about
20
this?
computers doing this.
How about this? I have even a novel idea. How about you
Mhm.
get rid of all those people, lay them off, like tech workers are getting laid off anyway, and let AI do it?
Yeah, that would have made more
How about
sense.
that?
He didn't
You
even
know?
have AI. He had monkeys doing all of this damage on
Dude,
his.
that's the other thing. I'm glad you brought that up. He called it a monkey bot farm, and I was just like, I said, okay. When I saw that, I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done, dude. He had like thousands, tens of thousands of monkeys that were just like putting out false information on the internet.
Absurd.
I'm like, monkeys. See, again,
Absurd.
the movie was not for us. Clearly, it wasn't
No,
for us, dude.
absolutely not.
The
It's not.
movie the
And
movie was
see,
for Gen Z and Gen Alpha, and that is a shame. For real.
Listen, for as being a DC fan, I've never watched a comic book movie and I'm like, oh god, I'm old. Like I've never felt like that before.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh god,
The
geez, I should be
reason
looking at my taxes right now. Like,
the reason why I say that movie wasn't for us, it was really specifically for Gen Z and Gen Alpha, and that's a
yeah,
shame. The reason why I think it's a shame because Warner Brothers, the producers, I mean, what, you don't think that Gen Z and Gen Alpha would be into like something that's even slightly highbrow? I'm like,
well,
that's
they've done
weird.
that before and it worked.
Yeah,
Zack Snyder. I
exactly.
mean, like they've done it
Zack
before.
Snyder. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man, this
I
joint
just
was goofy as
absurd.
anything.
There's so many stupid things in this movie. The girlfriend selling out Lex Luthor. Why are you dating him in the first place? If you like, this is absurd. So many things absurd.
What's so
Like she's
goofy
taking
about that?
selfies. He Lex Luthor is a super villain. Like he's not a regular villain.
Right.
He's allowing his girlfriend to take selfies and upload it to Apple. What? In his secret lair with his plans on the
Dude.
wall, and she's like this. Like,
That's what I'm saying. You see that those are all of the Gen Z and Gen Alpha sensibilities. Always online, the whole nine, phone in your hand. I'm just like, yo, it was so goofy, man. Listen, this
Mhm.
movie was completely disappointing. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Let's wrap it up, dude. So we
This
are
is one
talking
of the
about.
worst. And I've seen Superman Quest for Peace.
Mhm.
This is one of the worst Supermans I've ever seen in my entire
Oh
life.
my
One of
goodness!
the worst by
Listen,
far.
I'm gonna give you another take, but we are talking about Superman. This is 2025 Superman. It came out in the theaters. You can go check it out on HBO Max. Keo, what are you gonna rate this
I would
film?
Don't waste your time watching this Superman. Like, give it up. Let this thing give up the ghost, and they start from scratch again. Get somebody else in there. James Gunn's not your guy. They
No.
get somebody else to come in, and because here's the biggest problem Warner Brothers has is they're gonna lose the rights to Superman in exactly 5 years. They're
Wow.
gonna lose the rights because the copyright thing is done in 5 years. It's 100 years.
Yeah, that's true.
That's it. They're gonna
So,
lose Batman in another 10 years and
so
Wonder
then
Woman in another
that means
15
anyone
years.
can produce anything.
Anybody can make a Superman movie. Anyone can make a
Wow.
Batman movie in 5 years. The
Mm.
clock is ticking. So they put this thing out and we're hoping for the best. And they made a terrible decision. This movie sucked. So
So
I
wait.
give this movie a 1.5, hot garbage. I will never, ever, ever watch this thing again.
1.5. That's pretty high, dude. For real.
I like Mr. Terrific, right? That's all it
Um,
was.
Listen, this film was a complete disaster, disappointment.
Mhm.
Everything. I'm giving this joint a 1. This is in the same category as Cosmic Sin. There was
Yeah.
only one
Yeah.
thing that I liked about this entire film,
Mhm.
and it wasn't even anything that had to do with characters or anything shot in the whole film, right? I mean,
Mhm.
any sort of film shooting that they've done, that they did anyway, right? The only thing I liked in this film was the teddy bears, Punk Rocker featuring Iggy Pop. That was the song that they played at the end. And I love that song. I'm into the teddy bears, right? And I'm like, yo, and I'm into Iggy Pop too, right? And I'm
Mhm.
just like,
Yeah.
that was the only fabulous thing about
Mhm.
this movie. Everything else sucked. I
Well,
mean,
I
a
think
dog? The dog.
yeah, that was
Okay,
dope.
so
That's a terrible idea.
Quan is annoying. She's a human. She's like a 15
Mhm.
year old. We got a dog, dude. This is a new low for us. Come on, we
I
got a
like
dog.
dogs. I like pets,
I
man.
love
That dog was so
dogs.
annoying.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
dog was so annoying.
This was yeah, man.
I
This was a
it
disaster.
I think that this movie kind of exposed James Gunn as kind of like a one-trick pony.
Mm,
And I think he got away with a lot of stuff because it was Marvel. And so, it was Guardians of the Galaxy is a thing super important to Thanos. So you have to worry about all this stuff. That people were I like the first movie. I disliked the second one, and I was indifferent about the third one. But like the first Guardians of the Galaxy, I really, really liked it, right? Even
mm,
with the dance off and all that crap. But like James Gunn is kind of a one-trick pony because he's got like the oldies 70s rock song. He's got like ensemble that's irreverent, making dick jokes. Like they got that going
mm.
on. There's scantily clad girls in the movie in the background somewhere, and like he's got that whole aesthetic, that look of the colors, whatever,
Yeah. So
the
typical.
yellows and the
Mhm.
blues, whatever. That's his look, and
Yeah.
that's this thing. He's got the jokes. I After you've seen it, you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy, you've seen it one time, you're like, okay. And you watch the second one, you're like, oh, okay. And you watch the third one, you're like, ah, all right, we're doing a thing now. And
Mhm.
then you watch Superman, you're like, okay, well, bro, I don't want to see Guardians of the Galaxy 14. I want to see a Superman movie. And so this is what this is. This is Guardians of the Galaxy Superman edition.
Yeah.
So it kind of sucked because of that. It didn't give me the feelings of a Superman movie. It gave me a DC. It didn't give me a DC movie, Superman movie. It gave me a Marvel movie during the glory years when Marvel could do no wrong. That's
It
what this is.
it kind of felt like an older Transformer movie. Like you said, like that
Mhm.
whole like that his film patina gun, right? His film
Yeah.
patina. Dude, that's so corny. That's like it's just like that's not creative at all. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
It's very
yeah.
he's doing the same jokes and the same
It's
thing
corny.
over
I
and
mean, I'm
over.
just like when I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, it needs to be this bright, it needs to be this colorful. It's going to be in a film. It's for Gen Z, it's for Gen Alpha. You need
Mhm.
those like laughing points and everything else. And I'm just like, this is corny. Again, it's not for us. This is not an adult film. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no there's no brain exercises involved watching this movie at all.
Do
It's
you
just like,
at not one point in time when you're watching this plot were you ever like, "Dude, I wonder what's going on right now.
no,
Where is
mm-mm,
this gonna go?" Everyone's
no,
like, "Oh, this is going exactly where I think it's gonna
yeah,
go." And there was and I'll say this again, my biggest problem with this movie was there's no stakes. I
yeah,
thought the acting was okay, like, the actors, I thought they were fine. Superman's okay. Like the Lois Lane's okay. She dresses weird, but like she's Lois
yeah.
Lane's fine. I didn't have an issue with anybody else. Like
Mhm.
the issue more so than anything was the plot. The plot is garbage. Not one moment was I looking at this thing like, I wonder if Superman's gonna be okay. I wonder if he's gonna get out of this. I
Yeah,
wonder
we
what's
know.
gonna happen next.
Mhm.
Not one moment. I could have listened when the movie started. I could have wrote out the rest of the movie just I don't have to watch it. I can turn my back to the movie and write out what's going to happen next. That's how uneventful this movie was. Nothing
Yeah.
happened. And,
And
and I need to say this again. Superman didn't save anybody after he saved that girl from the kaiju whatever thing is, that big monster.
right.
He
Mhm.
saved that girl from
Yeah.
the propane
Mhm.
tanks,
Yeah. Mhm.
and he saved the squirrel.
Mhm.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
everybody Superman saved. That's
I
it.
know. I
He didn't
know
save anybody else.
when he saved the squirrel, I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done,
Yo,
dude.
there's a bunch of squirrels. That squirrel's gonna be okay. It's a
I'm done.
squirrel.
I'm like, I'm done, y'all.
F it, man. What are
I'm
we
done. I'm
doing
like, he saved
here?
the squirrel. I'm like, I'm done. And then the annoying. Listen, there were so many other things we didn't even talk about, like the green baby, but we don't need to. Because this joint completely sucked. Keo gave it a what? A 1.5, dude? That's
I
pretty
gave it a one
high.
point. I like Mr. Terrific as a character, and
Okay.
there's better versions of him in the comic book. In the comic books, not
Okay.
in live action, not in the Arrowverse and any other stuff that's happened. In the comic books, Mr. Terrific is awesome, and
Okay.
the Justice League Unlimited, Mr. Terrific is awesome in there. So if you
All
want to
right.
see real Mr. Terrific, go watch that.
Well, Keo gave it a 1.5. I gave it a 1. This is Superman. It's available on HBO Max.
Ugh,
If you want
ugh.
to waste your time, check it out.
Basically, yeah.
Well, there you have it. Thanks for checking out another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I'm DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.
All right.